I request our Vice Chancellor Dr. K.B. Lingegowda sir, Registrar Dr. Ashok Mehta sir, Principal Dr. M.S. Ravi Prakasha sir, Dean Dr. Renukalata madam, and other dignitaries to kindly offer the floral tribute to the Founder Secretary, Shikshana Bhishma Dr. H.M. Gangadharaya ji. I request all our dignitaries to kindly occupy the seats on the dais. I also request Dr. Raviram sir and Dr. Renukalata ma'am to kindly guide the dignitaries to the stage. Namaste. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society and in every family. The great aim of education is not only knowledge but an action. One such action is research. Research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. Research is creating new knowledge. Research is of no value unless you exhibit and publish. For all such, here is a platform, the second IEEE International Conference on Software, Systems and Information Technology, to present and publish your novel ideas and make it available to the society. A very warm good morning to one and all present over here. Respected, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished speakers, brilliant researchers, online participants, academic colleagues, industry partners, and dear delegates from all around the globe. Many months ago, this seed was planted to have this knowledgeable sharing platform. Today, we all gather again reflecting on the rapid advancements that have redefined our digital world. Today, myself, Dr. Sharda Gupta, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, feel privileged to be your host for the inaugural ceremony as we kick off a truly exciting event, second IEEE International Conference on Software, Systems and Information Technology, SSTCON 2025, being hosted by the Department of Cybersecurity and Engineering in association with Department of Computer Science and Engineering, being technically co-sponsored by IEEE Bangalore section. This conference makes a momentous occasion where we come together to explore the future of connectivity and the boundless possibilities of a world woven with intelligent devices, and a testament to the collective human ingenuity in designing the very systems that the power of our future. Before we proceed, please take a moment to keep your mobile phones in the silent mode. We want to ensure that nothing disrupts the insightful journey we are about to begin. Thank you all for the cooperation. Before we proceed, being a proud Tumkurian, I feel happy to give a brief introduction about our city, Tumakuru, which is a major industrial and educational powerhouse strategically located just 70 kilometers northwest of Bangalore. Established historically by the Mysore Odayars and now a thriving city corporation. Tumkuru perfectly balances tradition with progress. More than just a scenic beauty, it is a city of remarkable depth and potential. As it is a growing knowledge hub, the smart city, a spiritual and historical nexus, while it's proudly known as Kalpataru Nadu, the land of coconuts, due to its vast agrarian wealth in coconut and areca nut. Tumakuru is being forged as major educational hub in Karnataka and popularly known as Shaikshanika Nagari, the city of educational institutions, as it hosts two major universities, Tumakuru University and Sri Siddhartha Academy of Higher Education, along a multitude of medical, engineering and many polytechnic colleges. It's my duty and pleasure to introduce my college to the august gathering. Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology, SSIT Tumkuru, was started in the year 1979 under the ambit of Sri Siddhartha Education Society, SSES Tumkuru. At present, the institute runs 14 programs in Bachelor of Engineering and 9 postgraduate programs including MCA and MBA. Several doctorate programs with an annual intake close to 1,400 plus. Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology is a state-of-art technical institution that provides young professionals with an ideal atmosphere to learn and grow into world-class engineers. The college is located in a peaceful, picturesque landscape providing a good academic ambience supported by a premium infrastructure and facilities necessary for imparting quality engineering education. The college is affiliated to Sri Siddhartha Academy of Higher Education, Tumkuru. Owing our pronouns to the lotus feet of Shikshana Bhishma, late Dr. H.M. Gangadharaya ji, a great visionary, renowned philanthropist and educationalist, the founder secretary of Sri Siddhartha Education Society, and also to the lotus feet of our founder chancellor, Sahe, late Dr. G. Shivaprasad sir, who had a great healing hand as an ophthalmologist by profession in this occasion. Added to it, let us seek the blessings of Almighty. Prayer is a hope. Prayer is the most powerful form of energy one can generate, which confirms, enriching, uplifting the faith to hear our God speak. I would like to call upon Mrs. Shweta, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, to render the invocation song.
पार्वती तपसिन पुण्यफला गणपति ಎಂಬ ಮಹಾಬಲ ಮೋದಕಹಸ್ತದ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಮೋದವ ತರುವನು ಅನುದಿನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಗಣಪನ ನೆನೆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಧನ್ಯವಾಗುವುದು ಜೀವನ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತಪಸ್ಸಿನ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲ ಗಣಪತಿ ಎಂಬ ಮಹಾಬಲ ಗೌರಿಯ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವ ಗಣಪತಿ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ನೀಡುವ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಿರ್ಮಲ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಇವನೇ ತರುವನು ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತಪಸ್ಸಿನ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲ ಗಣಪತಿ ಎಂಬ ಮಹಾಬಲ. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Shweta, for the blissful rendition. Confidence and hard work are the best medicines to be successful. A person who instills confidence in us and motivates us to do something different, take challenges, and guide us in achieving the best results in all our works, who inspires us by his words and deeds, a role model to many of us, is none other than our principal, Dr. M.S. Ravi Prakasha sir. I would now request our principal, Dr. M.S. Ravi Prakasha sir, General Chair, SSTCON-2025, to officially welcome the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you. I deem it a privilege to stand before you today a very important day in the history of SSIT, wherein we are forging ahead with a very optimistic viewpoint on organizing national conferences and international conferences. This is one such attempt on our part to see that such conferences are organized quite often in the campus for the benefit of faculty and students. This conference is the second of its edition, SSTCON-2025. We had SSTCON-2024 last year very successfully, thanks to the involvement of TIE and all the departments of computer science, information science last year. This year, computer science and engineering cybersecurity faculty along with TIE and IEEE, we are organizing this very important conference on software systems and information technology. At the outset, I congratulate and compliment all the organizers, especially the coordinators, Dr. Renukalatha, the Dean Academic and the Head of the Department of Computer Science Cybersecurity, and Dr. Ravi Ram, again the Head of the Department of Computer Science, for having organized this international conference very nicely. Congratulations to you, sir. I deem it a privilege to welcome amidst us the very eminent people as a chief guest who have come all the way from their places, taking trouble to come amidst us and speak to our participants in this conference, which has definitely given a true color to the conference. First, I thank them for having made it here. It's Bernard Malia, the CEO, Equinox Group, Malta. He's the person who has come as the chief guest. I welcome you, sir, amidst us. Thank you very much for inviting us. We also have Ms. Rosanna Capito, the President, Mediterranean Institute of Innovation, Communication and Technology, a research organization, MIICT, doing a very good job, again from the nation of Malta. Welcome you, ma'am. Happy that you are here. Thank you very much for having me. We also have Dr. Shobhana Mitra, the Principal Manager from Qualcomm, who also happens to be the Executive Committee member of the IEEE Bangalore section, who has made it possible to run this conference here. I'm very happy to welcome Dr. Mitra amidst us. We have our own person, Dr. Parameshachari, who has been with us as a good friend of the Institute, I don't say of my own, of the Institute, who have been helping us in running our IEEE activities very efficiently. We have an IEEE student chapter with about 20 members of faculty as members and more than 100 members as student members, conducting activities throughout the year in a very nice manner. Last week, we had the student chapter inauguration of the IEEE student chapter. So I thank Dr. Parameshachari for his presence, and I welcome him amidst us as well. Welcome you, sir. All the programs that we run in our institute are being encouraged by not only the management, but equally by our university. We are a deemed university, Sri Siddhartha Academy of Higher Education. We have our Honorable Vice Chancellor amidst us, Dr. K.B. Lingegoda, sir. I welcome you wholeheartedly amidst us, sir. Sir, welcome. We also have the Registrar of the university, Dr. Ashok Mehta, who is our own professor of the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I'm very proud to have him amidst us. Dr. Ashok Mehta, welcome you, sir. In the absence of Dr. Parameshwarji, our Honorable Chancellor, who had a very important assignment at the last minute, he could not make it. He was planning to attend this program. I welcome him amidst us, and on his behalf, Dr. Vivek Viraya, the advisor to Chancellor, is amidst us. I'm happy that he has made it today for the function. I welcome Dr. Vivek Viraya, who is also a professor of the Department of Computer Science, SSIT. We have the coordinators on the stage, Dr. Renukalatha, the Dean Academic, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science, Cybersecurity, SSIT, who is also the organizing chair of SSTCON. I welcome you, ma'am. who has struggled hard over the last 1.5 to 2 months to make this happen. Along with her, we have Dr. Ravi Ram, an active and very eminent professor and head of the Department of Computer Science, who has lent his helping hand to run this show. Welcome you, sir. I welcome all the organizing committee members, especially the faculty and staff of the two departments, the Computer Science and Engineering, Cyber Security, for having done the very nice job of organizing it so very well. Also the different academicians all over the globe who have helped us to review the papers, to occupy the revision chairs, and in various capacities. I welcome them in their absence amidst us. I'm also equally happy to welcome the authors, the participants who have made it possible to attend this program, and all the faculty and staff members of our institute, especially Mr. Kailash, who is amongst us, of the CyberArk Center, and the university officials, as well as our dear students. Welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for welcoming the gathering. On behalf of all of us, I would like to extend my hearty welcome to our respected principal, Dr. M.S. Ravi Prakasha, sir. Welcome you, sir. Shubham karoti kalyanam arogyam dana sampada. Shatru buddhir vinashaya deepam jyoti namostute. Meaning, darkness symbolizes enemy's intellect and it disappears with the arrival of light, and light brings prosperity, auspiciousness, good health, abundance of wealth and wisdom. Let us all leave the darkness and step towards the bright path. Now we shall have traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. I request our chief guest and all the dignitaries on the dais to step forward and to light the lamp and symbolically inaugurate this program. Thank you, all the dignitaries. May this light of knowledge guide all our discussions in this conference and inspire groundbreaking advancements in this ever-evolving field. I request all the dignitaries to occupy their respective seats. Conference is a gathering of people who witness togetherness in the process of learning and synthesizing divergent ideas and data. Anything is possible with hard work and dedication. A person who is a role model for these two, the genuine hands with sincere efforts working since months in making this conference a true one today, is our organizing chair, SSIT-CON 2025, Dr. Renukalata Ma'am, Dean Academics and HOD of Department of Cybersecurity. I now request Madam to brief us the journey of SSIT-CON 2025.
Thank you, Sharda. Ladies and gentlemen, respected dignitaries on and off the dais, esteemed guests, and my dear participants, a very warm good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the momentous occasion, the second series of the International Conference on Software Systems and Information Technology, IEEE SSIT-CON 2025, organized by the Departments of Cybersecurity and Computer Science and Engineering, Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology, Tumakuru, in association with IEEE Bangalore section. Hosting this prestigious event for the second consecutive year, indeed a matter of great pride and honor for all of us at SSIT. After the resounding success of SSIT-CON 2024, this year's conference continues to carry forward our vision of creating a dynamic platform for researchers, academicians, industry professionals, and young innovators from across the globe to exchange innovative ideas, cutting-edge research, and emerging technologies. The journey of SSIT-CON 2025 began soon after the success of the first series, driven by enthusiasm, teamwork, and a shared commitment to academic excellence. With continuous encouragement and support from our management, the General Chase, and our dedicated organizing team, this edition of the conference has grown stronger, broader, and more impactful. I'm delighted to share that this year, SSIT-CON 2025 has attracted more than 1,600 submissions from across the globe, including contributions from the USA, UK, Malaysia, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Iraq, Hong Kong, China, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia, as well as from premier Indian institutions like DRDO, IITs, IIITs, and leading universities. We have also received quality submissions from reputed industries such as Microsoft, Cognizant, Mindtree, Citigroups, which reflects the growing trust and recognition that SSIT-CON has earned in the research community. After a rigorous IEEE peer review process, around 250 high-quality papers have been accepted for presentation and publication in the conference proceedings. These papers are organized into several specialized tracks, with sessions conducted both offline and online, ensuring broad participation and engagement. In each track, the Best Paper Award will be presented to recognize outstanding research contributions, while participation certificates will be issued to all the registered participants. For every session, we have invited renowned domain experts and reviewers from reputed universities and industries to share valuable insights and constructive feedback with our participants. We are confident that SSIT-CON 2025 will once again serve as a vibrant platform for collaboration, innovation, and knowledge sharing, inspiring future research and partnerships across academia and industry. On behalf of Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries, keynote speakers, session chairs, reviewers, and participants for being part of this journey. Your presence and contributions make this conference truly meaningful and memorable. As we embark on these 2 days of intellectual exchange, let us be inspired to push boundaries, to learn, to question, and to create. Let us together make SSIT-CON 2025 a grand success, one that continues to strengthen our commitment to research, innovation, and global collaboration. Thank you, and I wish you all the very fruitful, inspiring conference ahead. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing the glimpse of this conference, SSIT-CON 2025. Education in today's world is not just teaching and learning within four walls of a classroom. It is about creating awareness, and awareness is not only for the students but also for the teachers and the public too. Our college has realized the need to create awareness about itself among the students, and we are doing our best to meet the requirement. As a new step in this direction, Department of Cybersecurity and the Department of Computer Science and Engineering have come up with organizing this international conference in our institution. May I now request the distinguished dignitaries on the dais to release the proceedings of the conference to the gathering. Thank you, respected dignitaries, for releasing the proceedings of the conference to the gathering. This international conference happening today is a special day as it coincides with the International Day of Eradicating of Poverty. This day calls us on recognizing the poverty is a violation of human dignity and to commit to building more inclusive societies. As innovators and thinkers, let the goal of no poverty inspires us to leverage our technology for solutions that uplift the empower our community. With this guiding social purpose, let us witness this prestigious moment in which many distinguished personalities who have explored the connection between the inner well being and technological advancements in shaping the better world are here with us. Few dignitaries are here, we are happy to have them. We are very much honored to have with us today the CEO of Equinox Group, Mr. Bernard Mallia, sir. On behalf of the organizing committee of SSIT-CON 2025, I now request our respected Vice Chancellor, sir, and other dignitaries to felicitate our today's chief guest, Mr. Bernard Mallia, sir. We have also another dignitary as a chief guest with us, Ms. Rosanna Capito, President of Mediterranean Institute of Innovation and Communication. Ma'am, we are very much happy to have with you here. I also request the dignitaries to kindly felicitate our chief guest. A woman is a full circle. Within her is a power to create, nurture, and transform. A woman who have proved this and showcased many successes is here with us, Dr. Shobhana Mitra, Principal Manager, Qualcomm Exicom. We have another chief guest with us, Dr. Parameshachari BD, Vice Chair, 2025 IEEE Bangalore Section. I request our respected Vice Chancellor, sir, and all other dignitaries to kindly felicitate our today's chief guests. We are very much happy to have the eminent personalities to be here with us. I thank all our chief guests for accepting our request and gracing this occasion as a chief guest. I also thank all our guests for accepting our felicitation, and I also thank all the dignitaries for felicitating our today's chief guest. No. Before I request our today's chief guest, Mr. Bernard Malya sir, to address the gathering, I would like to brief us about our today's chief guest. Dr. Bernard Malya is a senior technology strategist with over 2 decades of experience at the intersection of artificial intelligence, data analytics, infrastructure, and public policy research. As the CEO of Equinox Group, he leads a consultancy that advises private sector clients on technology and European institutions on a large-scale funding programs. He also chairs the Mediterranean Institute of Innovation, Communications and Technology and presides over the Institute for the Research and the Improvement in Social Sciences, where he drives interdisciplinary research on AI-enabled recommender system, digital governance and sustainable development. His expertise spans telecommunication, energy, transport, and IoT, complemented by a strong background in the regulatory compliance and advanced statistical modeling. Mr. Bernard sir has authored peer-reviewed papers on sentiment analysis, LLMs, AI-driven recommendation, contributed to EI funding policy reports, and delivered workshops and keynote speeches at conferences across Africa and Europe, including the European Commission's DG GNCECT, Mediterranean Institute of Innovation events and industry forums for telecoms and energy. His recent research delves into recommender systems, sentiment analysis, LLM hallucinations, cell-driven laboratories, AI in Earth observation datasets, AI-driven business transformation. Through this talk, Bernard sir will share the practical insights from this prototype implementation, highlighting the design principles that can be adopted across the domains and outline the pathways for future research to advance one-shot conversational AI in real-world application. Sir, we are very much happy to have you here with us, and we would love to hear more words from you. Sir, please.
Thank you for your introduction. Namaskara Tumakuru. And I would like to start today by telling you what an honor and a pleasure it is to be with you all here today. Eventually, later on, when I will be presenting the more technical things, I will be talking to you about the research that we are currently undertaking. Professor Paramesh Shakari was extremely kind to invite us over here to share and maybe find common avenues to be able to fund the research that we are jointly undertaking. And to that effect, we are going to be later on this week signing a memorandum of understanding to be able to formalize this sort of joint venture with respect to research that will be taking place in the future. Now, as you probably know, about 3 weeks ago, representatives from the European Commission were over here in India to discuss with your government, among many other things, cooperation in research. And that, I think, opens up a lot of opportunities for everyone in this room to be able to see exactly where you want to go with your research agenda and to be able to see what can be funded through this joint cooperation agreement. And I think that that presents a huge opportunity for all researchers in India, as well as researchers in Europe like ourselves, to be able to actually dig into what they do best, which is research. Going through the proceedings of the conference, I was extremely happy to see a lot of very interesting paper abstracts, some of them in AI, which is the field that I come from. And I think that in this room there is a huge potential to be able to eventually build something big. Everyone has his own research interests. Everyone has his own passionate hobbies. And in that respect, I would invite you to pursue them, look for funding to be able to pursue them professionally, not just personally, and to try to take your ideas to the next steps, and if necessary, commercialize on those ideas as well. Now, a friend of mine once told me that we all have a lot to learn and a lot to teach. And it is in this spirit that we are here today. We are here today to learn from you and maybe to teach you something in relation to what we're doing as well. And that is the true spirit of academia and of academic research. The cross-pollination of ideas, taking ideas from others, giving your ideas to others, so that together we can make something better, bigger, and more with more of a punch. And on that note, I would like to thank the organizers of this conference for such a warm welcome today. And I look forward to being able to share with you the details of the work that we are undertaking later on today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Barnard, sir, for coming all the way to SSIT and addressing us in this occasion and motivating us to think bigger and achieve bigger. Thank you so much for your Kannada words too. We have another eminent personality with us, Ms. Rosanna Capito, the President, Mediterranean Institute of Innovation and Communication. Before I like to call Madam to address the gathering, I would like to give a brief introduction about the Madam. Rosanna Capito is a dynamic and compassionate author of impactful solutions in the field of green and blue economy. As the chairperson of Mediterranean Institute of Innovation, Communication and Technology, she goes beyond traditional management to actively create and implement projects that address pressing environmental challenges with empathy and innovations. With over 20 years of experience in project management, particularly with EU-funded programs, Rosanna's expertise lies in building bridges between the cutting-edge technology and sustainable practices. She is a recognized expert in the agri-food, smart cities, clean technologies, and circular economy, consistently authoring frameworks that leverage innovation for the greater good. Currently, Rosanna Capito's work is focused on the VISTA, that is Visual Imaging for Satellite Tracking and Analysis project based on the paper Satellite-Based Detection for Microplastics in the Aquatic Environments. A review of current approaches, challenges, and future directions. She drives a vast consortium of 23 international partners. VISTA is a project to create the first end-to-end evidence pipeline for the marine pollution. It fuses multi-sensor data from the satellites and drones to produce calibrated maps of plastic aggregates and co-pollutants. The goal is to provide legally and regulatorily defensible evidence to address the pollution crisis. The project is a collaboration between the European Union and the India to ensure global portability and reliability. Ma'am, we are very much happy and inspired to have you here. We would love to hear more from you. Ma'am, I request to address the gathering.
Thank you all, and I'm very honored to be with you today. I taken 3 flights for staying with you. It was very challenging, but it's a big pleasure. And thank you, all the organizer and all the bridge connector for this day. Today, I'm very honored to represent Mediterranean Institute of Innovation, Communication and Technology. And we are a research center, and we try to live at the best way the transition time. When we speak regarding transition time, I'm referring to the step running of the technology, and everybody we are involved in this process, and the real needs and real ability that can evolve by humans, by people like us, everybody here, you know. And this is our first challenge. And when I speak regarding sustainability, my first pillar is have this in mind. And I'm very pleasant to transfer this concept, because project and design is for sure an important base for everything, but put it the human-centered design in the middle can help the sustainability support. Later, maybe we have an opportunity to speak, and I hope that we can have an exchange regarding our project, our core project in MIICT. We are working on 2 core projects. One is traceability of food. We are trying to follow all the supply chain from soil to table for understand what happened, which kind of chemical we can have, all the history of the products. And that is very, very important, God for all, because we need to eat, and we need to eat good things. The second one is microplastic, detection microplastic in the ocean, and even in the fresh water. The cooperation with India started in a very spontaneous way. It's favored by the European Commission, because we have a lot of funding that we can explore together, and started like a discussion in a table, and today we are a partnership very, very strong, and several pilots where we can experiment which kind of microplastic we can retain, and in different waters. The role of India in this project is very important, because have the Indian Ocean that is really huge, and even fresh water around. And he's one of our best pillars, our best pilots in the project. I don't want to take more time for now, and I'm looking forward to present the other 2 projects we are going homework. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rosanna ma'am, for coming all the way from MIICT and motivating us by your words. Your research journey is a true inspiration for all of us. We would definitely like and love to collaborate with you in the projects in the further days. We have with us another eminent personality, Dr. Srobana Mitra Ma'am, Principal Manager, Qualcomm Exicom IEEE Bangalore section. Dr. Srobana Mitra Ma'am has completed MTech and PhD from the Computer Science and Engineering from the department IIT Kharagpur. Dr. Srobana Mitra is currently WW Formal Verification Methodology Manager at Qualcomm with 18 plus years of experience in the hardware verification, primarily formal, static, emulation methodology deployment and tool development domains. She has built up a highly competent FV engineering team from the scratch and is currently leading formal verification technologies innovation and driving its adoption and proliferation in Qualcomm DV teams across the all geographies. She worked in Synopsys, IBM Systems, and Technology Group prior to Qualcomm. She is also a senior member IEEE and volunteers as Exicom member IEEE CAS Bangalore chapter and IEEE Bangalore section, driving technical activities for this forum. Madam is also a author, reviewer, member, chair of technical program committees in the top tier international conferences to name few, DATE, DAG, VLSID, ISCAS and many more. Madam is also the winner of DVCon India 2024 Woman Achiever in Semiconductor Industry Award by the prestigious DVCon India 2024 in September 2024. Actively involved in the inclusion and diversity activities at work and is passionate about mentoring women engineers in their career path. Ma'am, we are very much grateful to have you here. I now request Madam to address the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am, for the great introduction. Thank you. Thanks to all the organizers of SSTCON 2025. It's really great to be here with everyone, and I am really overwhelmed by the reception that I received here with all the elaborate the things that happened. It was really wonderful to go through all that. It's really a pleasure to be here. Thanks again to everyone, to all the dignitaries on stage, to all the faculty members I see here, researchers, research scholars whose papers are getting published, to all my dear students, as well as everyone who is online listening to this inauguration ceremony. First of all, I would like to talk about SSTCON itself. I was just going through the proceedings of the conference, and it really seems to be some wonderful and very insightful works there, a lot on AI and a lot, it is the work done at the convergence of systems, software, as well as IT. And being from Qualcomm, being a principal manager in Qualcomm, I can actually vouch for this fact that now in the current age where AI has taken us, for any technology advance to happen, we need to work at the confluence of all these, and that is the way in which we can go to the next step in AI as well as in all our technology domain. As a formal verification, I am working in the field of formal verification, and that is what I did my PhD in. So Qualcomm is into building chips, right? And we verification is the art of looking into the correctness of those designs, that whether it is meeting the functional specification, and that is what we do here. And for that also, that is I would say part of systems in the context of this conference. And there also we are seeing a lot of advent of AI, and we are looking to the industry and academia to come together and make the next step of progress, that where we are going here. SSTCON is the ideal platform for that kind of innovation fostering, and I really congratulate all the accepted authors whose papers and presentations have been accepted here. It's really a wonderful achievement that you have achieved, that out of such a large number of papers, and as Renuka Lata ma'am told us, it's from many countries across the globe. Only 250 have been accepted, and yours are part of that. So really great. Thanks and congratulations to all of you. Really looking forward to hear from you on that. Now, I also wear the hat of IEEE Bangalore section EXICOM member and would like to say a few words on that part. IEEE Bangalore section is really delighted to be a technical sponsor of this conference, and this is where we are very aligned with SSTCON organizing committee on fostering innovation in all these areas, technical areas. Particularly to all the students here and to all the faculty members here, I would really encourage you and would like to call upon you to really participate in all the IEEE activities that we organize. Particularly, there are a lot of activities which we target to bridge between the academia and the industry, like the institute to industry forums that are organized by the technical societies, the different hackathons, the different internship programs, tape out programs that are organized by the technical societies as well as by our Bangalore section. These are really beneficial, I feel, both ways, because when I speak from the industry perspective, we really look to this kind of forums to connect with you students and also learn from the fresh minds and look at the next generation of engineers, how they are building up, and look to get their inputs into our systems. And also for you as well, this would be a very great opportunity to probably connect with the industry for the next step of your career. So would really encourage you to be part of all these activities, and I can really see the enthusiasm already, as ma'am said and sir said, that there are very active SBCs as already in this institute. So really happy to hear that. Okay, so thanks for having me here, and these are some of the things I wanted to touch upon, and if anything else, I am available we can discuss more, and we can talk about what we do at Qualcomm as well as anything about IEEE that I could help with. Thanks a lot for having me here, and thanks again to all the organizers for this wonderful conference. Best of luck for the conference.
Thank you, Dr. Srabhana Mitra ma'am, for addressing us in this occasion. Your research work is a true inspiration for many of us. Thank you for being here and addressing and encouraging us to participate in more number of IEEE activities. Thank you, ma'am. Anything is possible when you have a right people to support you. One of our greatest support in this SSIT-CON-2025 and all the IEEE activities at SSIT is our guest of honor, Dr. Parmeshachari sir. Dr. Parmeshachari BD is currently serving as a professor and head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Nitte Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Bangalore. He has also holds the position of Associate Dean of R&D at NMIT and serves as a visiting professor at the University of Rome Tor Vergata, Italy. He is presently the Vice Chair of the IEEE Bangalore section. Dr. Parmeshachari sir has been recognized among the world's top 2% scientists by Stanford University, USA, for 3 consecutive years, highlighting his exceptional contributions to research and innovation. As a recognized research supervisor under VTU Belgavi, he has successfully guided 4 PhD scholars and is currently mentoring 5 doctoral candidates in the diverse areas of electronics and communication engineering. Dr. Parmeshachari sir has received several prestigious honors, including the IEEE Bangalore Section Outstanding Volunteer Award and IEEE Outstanding Student Branch Counselor Award. Under his mentorship, the IEEE NMIT Student Branch secured a remarkable amount of $75,000 funding from the IEEE Aerospace and Electronic Systems Society, USA. He has played a vital role in organizing major IEEE conferences, served as publication chair for 4 editions of IEEE ICC CCOT, and served as general chair, conference chair for several flagship IEEE conferences, including IEEE MysoreCon, IEEE INDISCon, and many more. Dr. Parmeshwar sir, exemplary leadership, academic excellence, and dedicated IEEE service continue to inspire students, researchers, and professionals alike. Sir, we are very much happy to have you here. I request sir to address the gathering in this occasion.
Thank you, madam. Eldrigu namaskara. Very good morning, one and all present here. Good morning. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear colleagues and student friends. So welcome all of you for this international conference, second IEEE International Conference on Software Systems and Information Technology. So before going to the conference, since I am representing IEEE Bangalore section and also the Vice Chair of IEEE Bangalore section, so the society IEEE student branch doing wonderful. Actually, it's very vibrant nowadays compared to previous year. Is doing lot of work. So under the leadership of the IEEE student branch counselor, Dr. MC Chandrasekhar sir, and all the faculty advisor of Professor Siddhartha Gupta. So congratulations to all the student volunteers and the student members here. How many student members here? How many IEEE members are here? Okay, thank you. So actually, Shobna Mitra madam already highlighted about the IEEE Bangalore section. So if you want to organize the IEEE conference, any college college wants to organize IEEE conference, the college should have the IEEE student branch, and they should have the minimum number of students to run the activities of IEEE student branch. And all the activities conducted by the IEEE student branch has to be uploaded in vTool provided by IEEE. So you have to upload the events, whatever the events, even today's event also to be uploaded in vTool. So that is very much important. And whenever you conduct the events, you should upload the events in IEEE vTool. Any student branch chair is there? There are other chair. Okay. So please ensure the student branch chair and the office executive members of the student branch, please ensure that the events should be uploaded in vTool. So Dr. Shobna Mitra madam has highlighted the importance of IEEE with respect to the industry, actually. So she has basically come from industry and she has collaborated with IEEE, and they have also organized many events, even internships also they are conducted actually. Under the Circuit System Society, madam and his team, our team, they have organized the IEEE internships and I2I events for the benefit of students. Now also they are organizing actually. The last year event was very successful actually. So in the IEEE Bangalore section, we have three subsection, IEEE Mysore subsection, IEEE North Karnataka subsection, and the Mangalore subsection. So we have around close to 19,000 IEEE members across Karnataka. And IEEE is not limited only to electrical or electronics engineers or computer science students. All branches of engineering students can join IEEE, and also MBA students can also join IEEE. And it is not limited only to electrical, even mechanical engineering students, civil students can also join in IEEE. So we have 39 technical societies. In IEEE, there are 39 technical societies. Based on our interest, based on our specialization, we can join IEEE. So recently, the Society IEEE student branch also inaugurated 4 chapters, like 7 chapters. Okay, 7 chapters actually. So like that, see, even I request the executive members of the IEEE student branch NMIT SSIT, to motivate the other branch of students, even mechanical and civil students. The mechanical students, they can go for IEEE Robotics and Automation Society. And the civil students, they can go for IEEE Geoscience and Remote Sensing Society. Even you can also go for A&ML students or ADS students, they can start the IEEE Computational Intelligence Society. So like that, we have in IEEE, there are 39 technical societies are there. So a lot of opportunities, lot of benefits available in IEEE. I request to join IEEE and explore the opportunities available in IEEE. So just to become an IEEE member is not going to be helpful, and just to join basic membership is also not going to be helpful. You have to join with some of the specialization society. So definitely that will be helpful. So while introduction, Sharda Gupta madam has mentioned that IEEE Aerospace and Electronic Systems Society. So our college, Nittam Meenakshi Institute of Technology, we have received We submitted one proposal in 2022. Along with the 10 students, we submitted one proposal to IEEE. So that is fire extinguisher unmanned aerial vehicle. So it was selected and we got the funding from IEEE for 3 phases. So each phase is $25,000 for the completion of that project. So because of that project, the IEEE president has visited 3 times to NITEM Institute of Technology to review the project. So his expenses along with his team, more than 2 members, more than 3 members have come. So all their expenses has taken care by IEEE. So like that, if you start the chapters along with the help of the societies, you can also organize IEEE distinguished lecture. IEEE distinguished lecture, so all airfare can be taken care by the IEEE. You have to take care only the local hospitality, but you should have the separate each society, even communication society. If you through communication society, there are a lot of IEEE distinguished lectures are there. Signal processing society, they are having some distinguished lectures are there. You can approach with which through the particular society, so that you can invite the IEEE distinguished lectures to your university or your institution to deliver the distinguished IEEE distinguished lecture talk in your IEEE student branch. I think you can utilize the opportunities available in IEEE. If any queries are there, anything, you can please contact me. And also IEEE Bangalore section this year we have come up with we are running the IEEE membership development challenge. So because next year 2026 IEEE Bangalore section is going to celebrate the 50th year of IEEE Bangalore section, because IEEE Bangalore section established in 1976. The 2026, the IEEE Bangalore section is going to celebrate the 50th year. In this regard, we would like to, the IEEE Bangalore section would like to become the top one, the top section. Actually, now we are in the second position in the global, actually, in membership wise. So in this regard, actually, IEEE Bangalore section would like to become the section, top one position with respect to the membership. In this regard, we are running the IEEE membership development challenge. I hope all the members have received the e-notice. Even we shared in the social media as well. So I request the branch counselor and the other office bearers of the student branch to encourage all your students to join IEEE and help us to become the number one position in the global with respect to the IEEE membership development committee. So with coming to this conference, as Madam Professor Renuka Madam already mentioned that, so the previous conference already, the previous SSTCON-2024 is already published in IEEE Explore and also indexed in Scopus. So this year also they have received more than 1,600 papers and they have selected around 250 papers. So that means that the membership, that means that the percentage of acceptance rate is less than 30%. Generally, we in IEEE is ensure that enforce us to select the acceptance rate should be less than 30%. So this conference has ensured that the acceptance rate is less than 30%. So I hope the conference organizers have ensured the quality of the paper as per the IEEE standards. So I take this opportunity to thank the principal and management and also the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Siddhartha University to taking initiation to organize this conference, and also supporting to the IEEE activities. And once again, congratulations to the organizers as well as the IEEE student members here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parmeshachari sir, for lending your hand always for our support when we needed and for being with us and addressing. Thank you so much, sir. Another two intellectuals, Dr. Fernando Moreira, Porto Calesi University, Portugal, and Professor Luca Di Nunzio, University of Rome Tor Vergata, Italy, could not make their presence here. Yet, to wish the best to this SSITCon 2025, they had sent their messages. May we have the video messages, please?
to witness the organization of the International Conference on Software Systems and Information Technology, hosted by Siddhartha Institute of Technology to Macau in collaboration with the High Tripoli Bangalore section. This distinguished event reflects a remarkable commitment to academic excellence, technology advancement, and global knowledge exchange. This conference provides a valuable platform for bringing together researchers, academicians, practitioners, and industrial leaders from diverse disciplines. I am particularly encouraged that the conference aims to foster collaboration and dialogue across the board spectrum of data science, software systems, and emerging technology, ranging from fundamental theories to transformative applications that address real-world challenges. Academic gatherings of this nature are essential for advancing knowledge, encouraging interdisciplinary research, and nurturing innovation with social and industrial impact. The convergence of expertise from multiple domains will undoubtedly spark insightful discussions, inspire novel ideas, and pave the way for meaningful outcomes that benefit both present and future generations. I deeply appreciate the dedication, vision, and relentless effort of the representative committee, faculty, and partner institutions in bringing this conference to fruition. Their commitment has laid the foundations for an event that will significantly enrich the global research and innovation ecosystems. I extend my best wishes for the great success of the conference and look forward to the scholarly contributions, innovative solutions, and impactful cooperation that will emerge from this esteemed event. Thank you.
Namaste. I'm Luca Di Nunzio from the University of Rome Tor Vergara, and I'm honored and pleased to welcome you all to the International Conference on Software, System and Information Technology, SSTCON-2025, organized by Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology in Tuticorin, in association with IEEE Bangalore section. As we are seeing rapid advance in computer science and electronics, it's particularly an ideal time to be involved more in this field and hosting of such conference to facilitate such knowledge and platform. I honestly believe that this conference will be an excellent place for networking opportunities with researchers, academics, and I hope that it will be a platform for coordinating new partnerships with advance not only the field but the careers of all the participants, from student to senior researcher. It is a great opportunity to discuss ideas and develop new research and development in these fields. I congratulate the organizer from Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology for their efforts in organizing such a conference in this situation for the benefit of the society. I wish all the participants a successful conference. Bye.
I thank both the intellectuals for sending their video messages and wishing SSIT-CON 2025 the best. Thank you both. Every great academic event requires strong institutional pillars. We are fortunate to have the presence of the dynamic leader who steers the academic and administrative ship of our university. May I now request our Registrar Sir, Dr. Ashok Mehta, to step up and address the distinguished audience. Sir, please.
Very good morning, you all who are present here. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Lingegowda sir, dear advisor to Chancellor, Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Vivek Viraya, our beloved principal and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my dear student and faculty friends. I'm extremely happy, and it's a moment of pride and great pleasure to be a part of this event. And I would like to congratulate the organizers, both IEEE chapter as well as the Department of Computer Science and Cyber Security. They have organized this event for the benefit of researchers. All of us have assembled here not only to share the knowledge as well as breakthrough kind of things, but also to celebrate the spirit of innovation. As all of us know, in this digital era, this computer science, it is the backbone. It is the backbone of transformation, starting from artificial intelligence and machine learning to quantum computing and data science. So many activities, lot of activities that are happening across the globe, and certainly beyond the boundaries. Anybody can imagine, by means of research it is possible to explore number of possibilities, and we can accomplish. That means that kind of opportunity is provided by this computer science field. And one more important thing, if you look at any conference, the speciality of any conference for that matter, that is interdisciplinary approach, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach. Academia and industry, and theory and practice, and imagination and deployment. These kind of things certainly will provide the required inputs to make the research meaningful. So that kind of opportunity has been provided here, and as all of us know, that nowadays employers looking for the people who are really ready for the deployment, particularly the students who are all doing your academics, and in addition to your academic performance, you are required to possess all necessary skills. Unless you possess those skills, very difficult to get into your dream company, because companies always look for the deployment, and overall ready with all those skills. Only here and there is some 5 to 10% that cosmetic touch, that minimal training it is possible to by providing those things. If you are able to perform that required job, then only you will be considered for the job. So this kind of the competition is available today, you know very well, and each and everyone must participate in this kind of activities. Okay, whatever activities in addition to your academics, whatever activities we conduct in the college, from the department side, you are expected to participate. You are not supposed to miss any of the activities, because once you participate, you develop so many things. By participating in this kind of conferences, maybe it's national conference, workshop, international conference, by participating, it is possible to come across different culture, different people, and you can establish very good networking, where you can explore the possibilities. You come across different people, different technology, different ideas. All those things are possible only when you participate in this kind of thing. So what happens when this kind of development is happening? I think probably the kind of technologies you are going to discuss today and tomorrow, it will show you the path where the societies, they are going to think and work and connect together in the next few decades. The kind of things that are going to happen, because the whatever things you learn today may be outdated by the time you get your degree. So that means you need to update yourself from time to time, because millions and millions of things are changing every day because of the advancement in the technology, so that you are required to update yourselves. Then only you can survive in this world. So with this, once again, I congratulate the Department of the Computer Science and Cyber Security for having organized this and provided the opportunity for the researchers. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, respected Registrar Sir, for the insightful address and for motivating us to take part in the activities for our upskills development. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, then you are an excellent person. One such eminent personality who is guiding, advising our Chancellor Sir to move to a perspective from the highest levels of our university leadership. It is my distinct privilege to invite Dr. Vivek Viraya Sir, the respected advisor to the Chancellor Sahe Tumukuru, to share his valuable thoughts and inaugural remarks with this gathering. So please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I just checked the time and it's noon. That's why I said good afternoon, not the morning. Won't take much time. Very happy to be here. Especially coming to SSIT and speaking is always pleasure for me because I'm an alma mater from here. I was a graduate student like you guys back in 2002 to 2006. The dignitaries on the dais of the dais, my dear teachers, half of the teachers here are the ones who taught me as well. So it's always pleasure to be here. Um, I was very much in for these conferences, platforms which we have created. IEEE has played a very significant role in a lot of students. I congratulate IEEE across the globe who has created a platform to showcase their technical aspects, knowledge, and to perform. So congratulations to IEEE and Parmeshwarachari has done a fantastic job in putting together a lot of these things, especially in the Bangalore area. Even when I was a student, I used to go to a lot of these conferences and presented. Probably I did about 50 in my time, which gave me the confidence to go forward and do. As the registers have said, it's not the content which matters, it's about how you polish it and how you put it across, right? How you market yourself matters. And these are the platforms which give students access to it. As I said, you also mentioned that by the time you graduate, technology will change. The technology which was relevant when you entered the degree may not be relevant when you graduate. That's how fast the things are changing, right? All of the students who have visited should also make sure that you visit. Madam, please take them to CyberArk. Show them what we have created. The world is in a different level altogether. A lot of you should experience what the potential has, and quantum computing is going to be the next thing, is what they say in next few years. We should. I was going through the papers, which some of them have been accepted. By the way, you do have a very good standard of accepting the papers. Some I know some of the papers which were submitted which were not accepted as well. So which means there is no partiality in who gets in, who doesn't get in. Congratulations for you in maintaining the standards of IEEE. Make sure the papers are of the quality which meet the requirements. So look for more and more in terms of forget about all these languages, Python, R. They have become more like commodities, right? So quantum computing is going to be something, cybersecurity is going to be something, AI and machine learning are going to be absolute in a few years, right? So what we used to use a computer to do it, my phone can do much better than or much faster processing than that. So that's where the technology is leading. Make sure all of you use this platform to create, exchange ideas, get to know each other, build your network, and get much more tech savvy. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vivek, sir. Your words not only outline the vision of SAHE, but also reinforce our commitment to academic excellence and social impact. Thank you so much, sir. Learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge, knowledge leads you to success, are the words which are instilled into us by our beloved Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.B. Lingegowda, sir. I now request our respected Vice Chancellor, sir, to give the presidential remarks in this gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Sharda Gupta. Namaste. Good afternoon. Bonjeev. Am I right? Bonjeev. That's what we say in their country for Namaste. I will not take much time because I'm an odd person here in the entire crowd of 223 people, because I'm from a medical background and all the stalwarts here of the dais are from engineering background. How many of you have come from a rural background? Please raise your hand. ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದವ್ರ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿ. ನಾನು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋನು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬೇಗ ಐತೆ. ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದವರೇನೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ತುಮಕೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ರಿವೆಂಡ್ರಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅನದರ್ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅನದರ್ ಪರಮೇಶಾಚಾರಿ. Chandrasekhar, you should take his position because I can't tolerate him growing to further heights. Good, he told me that there are opportunity for even other people to take the membership. ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ನಿಮ್ಮ 50ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಐಆರ್ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್. Am I allowed from medical background? Thank you.
We have a medical society also, along with 13.
Good. This kind of enthusiasm we should have. I will not take much time. Especially the main dream of our Honorable Chancellor is to expose people to every field. Just 48 hours back we were in Bangalore with our Kailash. ಅವರು ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಿಂದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ದಿವಸ ಒಂದೇ ಸಾಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ದಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್. ನಾವು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ KDM ಚೀಫ್. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಸ್ ಕಮ್ ವಿತ್ 4 ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ಸ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ 10 or 12 minutes. ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ ಅವರೇ? Hardly 10 or 12 minutes. In that time, whatever possible. See, why I am giving this example is opportunities are plenty. The moment after this meeting, take their email IDs of these 2 great people who have traveled all the way from Malta. I was just going, it will take about 13.5 hours to reach your place from here. Whereas our people know, if you ask them to go to Bangalore, no, I am fed up, I don't want to travel to Bangalore, the traffic is so much. And madam was telling that she has taken 3 hours to reach from Kerpuram. Believe me, nothing comes easily. To make this happen also, your Raviram or your Renkalata madam, they have worked so hard. Even we have got so much commitments. One thing is, my request to all of you is, please use the Siddhartha platform to grow high. Our Chancellor always says that wherever he goes across the world, every airport he comes across one or the other Siddhartha. We have got around 30,000 and odd engineering students, around 8,000 medical graduates, around 3,000 dental graduates. Along with this, we have got nearly 100 education institutions in the society. So it is up to you to make use of these facilities. I wish you all the best. And ಶ್ರೀಕಂಠ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿಪ್ಪ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸರ್ ನನಗೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್, ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ ಸರ್. ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ನೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ವಾ ರವಿರಾಮ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಹೌಸ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ದೆನ್ ಟೈಮ್. Believe me, I have stayed in several people's across the globe. I have stayed in few people's house for weeks, months together. Any teacher, you will not get a bad person, but you will never get a bad teacher. That's how you should work. Make use of the Siddhartha platform. See, that gentleman, if you had not started this organization 6 decades back, none of us had an opportunity to sit here. ಏನೋ ಹೊಲನೋ ಏನೋ ಬೇಯಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೀವು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ರಲ್ರಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಹಂಗರ್ ದಟ್ ನೋ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು US. ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು ದಟ್ ಸಿಂಚನ, ಶಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ ಮೀ 3 days ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅಫೋರ್ಡೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ದೆನ್ ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಮ್ಕಲತಾ. ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಸರ್ ಐ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಈಟ್. ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಹರ್ ವೈ. ಶಿ ಸೆಡ್ juvenile diabetes. Just imagine. At the age of 3, she became diabetic. Now she's on insulin. ನಿಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. No, why I am telling this is a rare disease. At the age of 3 years, she has become diabetic. Today morning, they served us nice idli, vada and other things we had. Thanks to everybody. She said she has arranged a nice lunch also. And our purpose in SAHE, Siddhartha Academy of Higher Education, is to see our students come out with bright colors. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thanks all the organizers.
I thank our respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.B. Lingegowda sir, for words and support that you lend to us always. Thank you, sir, for being with us and motivating us as always. Thank you so much. Difficult roads lead to meaningful destination. This conference is a special event for all of us. The organizing team has put in lot of efforts and passion for the success of the conference. The team's success is due to the inspiring leaders and the support of distinguished guests. Gratitude is the most exquisite form of courtesy. Gratitude is the greatest and purest of all virtues. I now request Dr. Raviram sir, Professor and Head, Department of CSE, Publication Chair, SSTCON-2025, to propose vote of thanks.
So very good afternoon to one and all. Paying my respects to late Dr. H.M. Gangadharaya sir, who is the founder secretary of Siddhartha Education Society, Tumkuru, Myself, Dr. Raviram, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and the Publication Chair for SSTCON-2025, who take the pleasure in proposing vote of thanks on the occasion of the inaugural function of IEEE International Conference on Software Systems Information Technology, SSTCON 2025. First and foremost, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Bernard Malia, CEO Equinox Group, Malta, for gracing the occasion with his presence and for his profound address. Your words have truly inspired us, sir, and very encouraging, and your thoughtful words have become the tone for all the deliberations that are going to happen in the next 2 days. Thank you so much, sir, for coming all the way from Malta and gracing the occasion and delivering a wonderful address on the occasion. Thank you so much. So I extend my deepest gratitude to the esteemed chief guest, Ms. Rosanna Capito, the President of Mediterranean Institute of Innovation, Communications and Technology, Malta. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable time and insightful address, which has really set a high standard for every one of us and has created a room for discussion for the next 2 days. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your presence. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the guest of honor, Dr. Shobhana Mitra, who is the Principal Manager, Qualcomm, Executive Committee Member, IEEE Bangalore Section. Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing the occasion and sharing invaluable insights with us all. Your presence has been a source of inspiration and motivation to everyone who has assembled here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I take the privilege to pronounce the deep sense of gratitude to the guest of honor, Dr. Parameshwar Acharya, sir, who is the Vice Chair, IEEE Bangalore Section, Chair, IEEE CEDA Bangalore Chapter, and also he is the Professor and Head, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, NMIT Bengaluru. Sir is here with us today. He has extended all his support in organizing SSTCON 2025 at our institution. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion, and your presence has made the day wonderful. And also thank you for all the thoughtful words you have delivered on the occasion of the inaugural function. Thank you so much. I would like to extend our gratitude to Mr. Suresh, sir, who is the Secretary, TAE, IEEE, for gracing the occasion and all the support which you have extended in the background for the success of this organization, for bringing this conference to a greater level or height. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for all the support you have extended to us. It's my bounden duty to extend our gratitude to our esteemed Chancellor in his absentia, Dr. G. Parameshwara, sir, who is the Secretary of Sri Siddhartha Education Society, Honorable Home Minister, Government of Karnataka. Sir's visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to our university is a great source of inspiration to every one of us. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for all the support you have been extending to our institution. In your absence, once again, thank you, sir. I would like to thank our beloved Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.B. Lingegowda, sir, for gracing the occasion and addressing the gathering. Sir, your commitment in fostering an environment where students and faculty can thrive is evident in your support for events like this. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your cooperation in all the respects. I would like to express our sincere thanks to our Registrar, Dr. Ashok Mehta, sir, for all the support he has extended in organizing this conference. We are extremely grateful to you, sir, for your gracious presence and continuous support in organizing this event at our campus. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend a special note of gratitude to Dr. Vivek Veerasar, who is the advisor to the Chancellor, and he is our own professor working at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Sir, with your expertise and mentorship, you not only steered us in the right direction, but also inspired every one of us to pursue excellence. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion with your presence and for the insightful words on the occasion of the inaugural function of IEEE International Conference. On behalf of the entire organizing committee, I would like to extend our gratitude to our esteemed principal, Dr. M.S. Ravi Prakasha, sir, who is the General Chair of SSIT Con 2025. Sir, your leadership and support, they are the driving forces behind the success of this international conference. Your commitment to foster academic excellence has provided this incredible platform for every one of us to connect, learn, and grow together. Thank you, sir, for your guidance. It's my privilege to express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed organizing chair, Dr. Renukalatha S. Madam, who is the Dean Academics and Head of the Department of Cybersecurity. Even an event of this magnitude cannot happen overnight. It is the result of meticulous planning, unwavering commitment, and tireless efforts. Madam, your able leadership and guidance have been the driving force behind the successful organization of the conference. Your ability to navigate challenges and inspiring the team has been truly remarkable. Thank you so much, Madam. I take the opportunity to thank the principals of the sister institutions. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar sir, he was here very recently, has left. Thank you so much, sir, in your absence here. I would like to thank the principal of SSIBM, Dr. Mamita Madam. Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing the occasion. I thank Kailash sir, who is the in charge of the Center of Excellence at our institution, Cybersecurity Center of Excellence. So I would like to thank all the keynote speakers who are about to deliver lectures, who are present here today, all the session chairs and the presenters, delegates and participants of this international conference. I wish all the best to one and all. So I take the privilege on behalf of the organizing team to thank all the deans, heads of various departments, research coordinator Srikanteswara Swami sir, section heads, teaching and non-teaching staff members of Siddhartha Institute of Technology, the students of various disciplines. Across all the disciplines, we have students here witnessing the inaugural function. Thank you one and all. So many thanks to the press and media persons. We have people come from IEEE, as well as we have our own in-house media center, which is led by Dr. Mudde sir. In his absence, it's my bounden duty to thank him because he's always behind the screen, helping us in organizing these conferences in a befitting manner with all the sound system, as well as the video and the photo and video coverage. Subsequently, the news being released or published at the news level in newspapers. Thank you, Mudde sir, for all the support you have been extending. So, last but not the least, my heartfelt thanks goes to the entire organizing committee, because organizing committee is a big committee. I cannot take everybody's name, which includes professors from computer science, engineering, cybersecurity, as well as the professors from computer science and engineering department, or student volunteers who have been working behind the scene for the last 10-15 days under the guidance of the organizing chair. So I special thanks goes to the student volunteers. Without you guys, it's not possible to conduct or organize events of this sort of institution. Seeking your active participation in all the future endeavors, I once again congratulate and thank all the students who have been supporting for all the conduction of these kind of events at the institution. So with this, I conclude the vote of thanks. Thanks a lot to one and all for your patience listening. You have been sitting here almost for 2-3 hours, and you have made this day wonderful. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much. So last but not the least, I should congratulate and thank Dr. Sharda Gupta Madam. She is the mistress of the ceremony. Ma'am, you have wonderfully carried out the sessions. Thank you so much on behalf of the organizing committee. And we have got Shweta also. She has rendered the invocation song very beautifully. Sorry for forgetting your name, ma'am, but at the end of the time, I'm fortunate I could remember and acknowledge your efforts. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of
special thanks goes to Dr. Babita Madam. She has been continuously attending all the phone calls from all the participants and authors since 6 to 7 months. Thank you, Madam.
On behalf of all of us, I extend my warm thanks to a very hardworking and an inspiring leader, Dr. Raviram sir, for his continuous efforts in making this event a successful one. Thank you so much, sir. It's now time to show our due respects to our nation. I now request all of you to please raise for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Bolo Bharat Mata ki. Thank you so much. We have a keynote address followed by this session. I request all the participants to kindly be seated in your seats. Before we move, I request all the organizing committee members to please join us on the stage for a group photo. I request all the faculty of Department of CSE and all the faculty of Department of Cyber Security to please join us on the stage for a group photo. I also request the student volunteers to please join us for the photo session. I request all the students to kindly sit back in your seats for the keynote address. I request all the student volunteers to kindly join us on the stage for a group photo. Here is an announcement for all the participants of SSIT-CON-2025. 5 sessions will go on parallelly. Session 1 will be in the GP Nexus SIR-MV block. Session 2 will be in the DS Lab 1, first floor of SIR-MV block. Session 3 will go on in the DS Lab, first floor of SIR-MV block. Session 4 will be in the Param CyberArk step building. Session 5 will be in the Param CyberArk auditorium step building. I request all the participants to kindly note the session venues. I now request all the students to kindly be seated. I also request all the dignitaries on the dais to occupy the front seats to hear to the keynote address of our eminent speakers of today's SSIT-CON 2025. I request all the students to kindly sit back for the keynote address. Followed by this, there will be the sessions with a lunch break in between. This is the session venues of today's afternoon. 5 parallel sessions will go on. Dear participants, do kindly note. Session 1 will be in the GP Nexus Sir MV block. Session 2 will be in the DS Lab 1, first floor of Sir MV block. Session 3 will be in the DS Lab 2, first floor of Sir MV block. Session 4 will be in the Param Cyber Arc step building. Session 5, Param Cyber Arc Auditorium step building. I request all the authors who are here to present their papers to kindly note the venue. In case of any doubt, please contact any of us. We will be definitely heartily welcoming you to help. Dear authors, in case of any doubts of the venues for your paper presenting, kindly contact Dr. Srinidhi sir. I would share his number. Kindly note, in any case of queries, you kindly please contact Dr. Srinidhi sir. 9972871572. I repeat, 9972871572. In case of any queries or doubts, kindly contact Dr. Srinidhi sir. I now request the CEO of Equinox Group, Malta, Mr. Bernard Malia sir, to kindly share his knowledge as a part of keynote address in today's session. I request all the participants and the authors and the students to kindly occupy the seats at the front. I request those who are sitting at the back to kindly occupy the seats at the front. Dear students, kindly sit back in your positions. We will be having a keynote address session by the CEO of Equinox Group, Malta, from Mr. Bernard Malia sir. I request all the authors, students to kindly sit back.
Dr. Bernard sir also. Sir, we have established center of excellence for IoT, cybersecurity, space technology, and artificial intelligence. Also, we established one center. Okay, we are looking at project expansion. Can share me on that? We'll conduct a hackathon. Yeah, come on. Share them. On foot. Come. We'll have it. Yes, of course. Shall we go? Yeah, come. We'll go on coming. Please visit. You never see this kind of.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Aisha, phone.
On our request, Mr. Bernard Malia sir, the CEO of Equinox Group Malta, is ready to share his knowledge as a part of keynote address. I welcome Mr. Bernard Malia sir to the session.
Thank you. Of course.
I'm from Presidency University. I'm a scholar.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. But I'm associate professor.
Thank you. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes.
All right. I'll contact you there.
Yeah. I'll just take a photo now. Thank you.
And you.
Session over to Mr. Bernard Malia sir.
Sorry to disturb. I will just send all those mementos to your car.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is there any contact number of your driver? Or you came with Paramesh
Achari knows. Because, yes, we came in the same car and he has his number. Thank you very much. Let me have some water before I start. Good afternoon again, and welcome to this session about AI, essentially, and the works that we are doing in the AI space. What I'd like to do today, before giving you a little bit of a brief introduction about myself, not because it has anything particularly interesting, but because when there is a speaker speaking about a subject, it is important to understand where that speaker comes from, because obviously all speakers bring a certain baggage with them. So my background is in economics and information systems. I've worked in telecoms, I've worked in IT, I've worked in regulation as well, in energy, in transport, and in other public utilities. And since 2017, my work has revolved around artificial intelligence. This was before the emergence of ChatGPT, which popularized AI. And before ChatGPT launched, we used to work a lot on deep neural networks, convolutional neural networks, computer vision, and we worked a lot in that space. Now, I'm also the author of several papers, including one from 2008, When Comfortable Tradition Meets Jolting Novelty, another one from 2014, The Bard of the Future, which is about digital storytelling, one from 2023 in relation to recommender systems, and the latest one, which relates to AI and sentiment analysis. This has been published 3 months ago, and the book for it was published just yesterday. So it's an open source book, and anyone can download it for free off the Intech Open portal and website. And that's pretty much my recently authored papers and the ones that got most hits and where I come from. And without any further ado, what I would like to do is to provide a bit of context for this explosion in AI, which took place because of 3 fundamental elements. The first one being computing power increases, algorithms, and digitalization. And if I had to decide on which one of those 3 was more important, I'd say that digitalization actually paved the way for what we are doing today, because if there wasn't the digitalization effort and the digitalization agenda at the turn of the millennium, we would not be here today. In terms of algorithms, if anyone remembers GPT-1 and the GPT-2, the bare bones algorithms for transformer architecture, you could write in 62 lines, literally 62 lines of PyTorch code. So yes, they were important. Obviously, they use libraries that call upon other code, but really and truly, I think the thing that made the biggest difference was the digitalization. If it was not for digitalization, we would not be where we are today. Maybe if computing power was not as strong as it is today, it would have taken us 2, maybe 3 years more to get to where we are today, but we would still have managed to get there. With algorithms, same thing, but without digitalization and without the available of digital data, we definitely would not be at this juncture today. And AI is shaping up all industries and all areas imaginable. From finance, where you have new ways of doing things like fraud detection, new ways of automating trade, new ways of complying with ever-increasing regulatory burdens, and also new ways of handling customer experience, to telecoms, where we have more advanced RANs, for example, better predictive management for maintenance, and average revenue per user maximization. So it's opened a number of different areas for optimization in the area of telecoms as well. Education, where learning experiences can become much more personalized. For example, there are systems today that students can interact with that can give students the learning content that they need at the pace in which they need. And this is one of the areas that we've worked on very, very intensely over the past 5 years. Basically, we've worked on systems that can detect emotions of the students following the educational content. And if the system detects stress because the student is not understanding something, or maybe because the student is tired, the system throws in jokes or slows down the content, or both. So this is an area that has a huge potential impact on the way in which pupils today learn what they need to learn. But education also, unfortunately, has been one of the slowest moving areas to adopt artificial intelligence. In fact, when ChatGPT launched, one of the first things many international universities did was that instead of embracing the technology and trying to maximize the potential that it brings along, the first thing that they did was they blocked the IP address of ChatGPT because it upended, it upheaved the way in which education normally takes its course. So we believe, and I personally believe, that education is not about shoving content into the brains of whoever is following, but it is more akin to a fire that needs to be kindled into every student's mind. Pretty much like in the opening ceremony, you know, the fire representing knowledge. And if you really want an educational system that works and that achieves results, what you need is a system that can nurture the sort of intellectual curiosity that allows someone who is studying to be able to really do interesting and breakthrough things. In terms of logistics, we've done also a lot of work in intelligent warehousing and warehousing management systems. And what we've done over there was very simple, but yet very effective. So for example, we've programmed systems to identify the size of the boxes and the parcels coming in. And with depth estimation using computer vision, you could then have a robotic arm at the end of the conveyor belt that sorts out all the parcels and all the boxes accordingly. Then a subsequent machine puts on a barcode or a QR code, and then another robot comes in and takes the parcels and the boxes to the appropriate shelves, so that when they need to be loaded back into the trailers or the trucks, you could also optimize the space in the trailer or the truck in a way that you minimize the loss of space as much as possible when you're dealing with transportation, and obviously that has an impact on the carbon footprint as well. There's other things that are happening in the space as well, like predictive analytics for traffic, like predictive analytics for platooning, when you have a number of trucks or trailers following one another, so that the vacuum created by the first truck is used by the subsequent trucks, and that reduces the fuel expenditure by about 10 to 15%. So very big thing when you can imagine the sort of trucking expenses that go into fuel each year. Then we've got a number of breakthroughs that are coming in when it comes to medicine and healthcare, and the discoveries that are being made over there have accelerated in an exponential manner over the past 3-4 years. We've got trials that can be accelerated, and usually the trials cost a lot of money. So when you manage to save money over there, you manage to actually save lives as well, especially when you manage also to compress the timeline between which a medicine becomes available for a trial and the time by which it becomes available publicly. So for every year saved in that timeline, you are saving literally thousands, if not millions, of lives. And then we've got a better understanding of everything that makes up the human body and the parameters interacting with that human body, like the microbiome, bacteria, and so on and so forth. And that means that when we understand these things better, we can have better and more effective prevention, treatment, and care regimes as well. A lot of work has gone into brain signal decoding as well. Now, this up to 2 years ago was the realm of fantasy. I mean, there was no way anyone would be able to imagine that within 2 years we would be able to detect brain signals and to decode them as well. And in this regard, Meta, which is the owner of Facebook, has published a paper and has open sourced a model to be able, with the appropriate hardware, which would be in the form of a cap with encephalographs built into that cap, it can decode up to 80% accurately the thoughts going in a brain. So nowadays, what you can do if you wear that sort of cap is, instead of speaking to be able to dictate whatever paper you are writing, just to give you an example, you just think about it and the computer is accurately writing what you are thinking up to a level of 80%. So this is no longer the realm of fantasy. It has now become the realm of science as well. We also have breakthroughs, important breakthroughs in energy, and the breakthroughs coming from AI and energy come from all the angles imaginable, from material sciences that allow us to build stronger turbines and materials that can withstand extremely high temperatures for fusion nuclear energy, for example, with increased accuracy. We've got things like demand forecasting, which allows for better integration of renewable energy into the national grids. We've got things like pipeline integrity and the pipeline optimization checks that are real-time. And we've got things like drilling optimization and so on and so forth as well. When it comes to renewables specifically, not only are we able to do smarter forecasting because we have better ability to predict what the weather is going to be like, and therefore we know that tomorrow is going to be sunny, we know that our systems, if they are photovoltaic based, will generate a certain amount of electricity, but we can also use these technologies to optimize energy storage so that when we have a shortfall, because there is more demand at one particular point in time, or because the supply has hit a bottleneck, we also know how and when to charge and discharge the available battery infrastructure in a way that is optimal to keep the grid up and running until the more traditional energy forms kick in, without having to keep turbines in standby mode, which means that you're basically burning fossil fuels to be able to do so. We've got architecture where generative AI is now a very common starting point. So instead of clients going to architects and trying to explain what they want, the architect takes the initiative, he or she builds up, using Gen AI, a number of different images. Clients choose, there is a shortlisting, another number of generations occur at different iterations, and therefore what happens is that the turnaround of a construction project becomes faster and it becomes cheaper too. We have better visualization capabilities because AI is also connected with extended reality. So you can go on site with AR glasses and look at an edifice or a building which is standing there in front of you, which does not exist. So the glasses are generating whatever you are looking at on the site itself. And we've got virtual reality, which means that sitting from the comfort of your home, you can just put on a VR headset, or if you don't have a VR headset, using your mobile phone itself, you can get visualizations of architectural designs. So that's been a very big thing because it has transformed and is still transforming the architecture industry. We've had a lot of transformative effort going into semiconductors themselves. So today we have AI-driven electronics design. We have things like defect detection and also classifications. And this goes all the way through the optimization of the supply chain for semiconductors. When it comes to manufacturing, we also see a trend which is becoming stronger as time goes by, where AI is no longer being limited to cyberspace, but it is also spilling over into the physical reality. And that can happen through robotics. So one of the biggest, let's say, inventions and innovations of the last 2 years was the physical reinforcement learning models. So you would have reinforcement learning models that are taking in a video feed. That video feed is replicated in cyberspace. Within cyberspace itself, a number of synthetic data sets are generated and a model is trained on reinforcement learning on that partially synthetic, partially real data set. And the models that come out of there are enabling robots to learn much faster than they would have if we had just restricted ourselves to video feeds from the real world. So this has really accelerated progress in the robotics area. And that has also allowed us to have a 360-degree automation of different manufacturing processes too. Agriculture is another area that has been deeply impacted by artificial intelligence, starting with automated sowing all the way to proof of provenance and regulatory compliance. And with the good, we also have the perhaps less good as well. So when it comes to the military, we are seeing a wave of target acquisitions that are automated, which means that humans are no longer being involved in choosing who gets killed and who doesn't. That can never be a good thing seen in isolation, but if you are at war and you are at war with other machines, you cannot not have the technology because otherwise you're going to be the loser yourself. So you have to actually keep up the race to be able to, if not win, at least not lose. And military planning and autonomous weapons are one of the next big things that are going to be playing out in the on the international arena. Now, in 2019, we had seen the first autonomous drone strike in Libya. There was General Haftar, who was advancing on Tripoli, and the Americans had used autonomous drones to basically wipe everyone off. So a whole contingent of soldiers was killed by autonomous drones. And there, a light bulb somewhere switched on. So this was no longer technology in the realm of fantasy, it had become reality. And now, with the developments that we're seeing in the Russia-Ukraine war, and with the developments that we're seeing in the USA and in China particularly, we need to be sure that we are not falling behind, because if anything happens and we end up in a struggle with another behemoth, one needs to be able to defend himself from autonomous weapons. And that is an area in which India and I know this for a fact, is also investing heavily and has been investing heavily over the past couple of years as well. Cybersecurity kind of goes without saying, but sometimes it needs saying because many people tend to forget it. There's a lot of vibe coding going on with everyone generating millions of lines of code without actually checking whether that code is secure. So we're seeing more and more cybersecurity breaches, partly because of vibe coding, but partly also because these are tools, AI tools, that end up in the wrong hands as well. And if you have a good enough AI tool that you can use to be able to detect security holes in an app, then you would be better able to attack that application, that website, that server, or whatever you are trying to attack. And this has been a huge headache going forward. And I predict that it's going to be even more of a bigger headache going forward still. In this context, there are some companies that have risen to the occasion, like Darktrace and SentinelOne, both American, that try to use AI to be able to detect unusual activity on a network or inside an application and block that activity until it gets verified as legitimate activity. If it is not legitimate activity, it keeps blocking that sort of activity. So eventually, we are going to be in a situation where you can defend yourself from AI only using AI, because the speed at which AI can break into a system can only be made up for by another AI. Then we have biotechnology, where we've had some very interesting developments as well. One of them was AlphaFold. You will probably have heard about it. And AlphaFold really took a turn to the better in 2022. Now, just to give you a brief idea of what AlphaFold does, AlphaFold is a system that can generate synthetic proteins for whatever you need to build in terms of biotech. So if you want a synthetic protein, for example, that binds with plastics or that binds with microplastics, you can use AlphaFold to be able to generate a number of synthetic proteins that could meet the criteria to be able to do that. And once you have that shortlist, you try them out and you see which one works, which one doesn't, and from those that work, which one works the best. And to give you an idea about the huge change that AlphaFold has made, before 2022, it used to take a PhD student the whole of his or her PhD to come up with just one synthetic protein. There have also been Nobel Prizes that have been given to people who have come up with interesting proteins. And from the 1950s till 2022, we knew of 50,000 proteins. After 2022, with AlphaFold, we are now at 200 million. So that is the sort of acceleration that AI has brought to the table that I am talking about. And in fact, it has also allowed for the mapping of pretty much all the genomes that are available on the planet today. Okay, so this is an extremely powerful system. It is an open source system, at least version 1 was an open source system as well. So if there's anyone working in the biotechnology space, I would encourage you to really have a good look at this, because it can open doors that you might not have thought were imaginable. Apart from AlphaFold, there is also RosettaFold, which does pretty much the same thing, but from the perspective of RNA and DNA. And on the basis of these, there are now small specialized foundational models that you can use to be able to undertake your research. In material science, we've got a similar model called Metergen. Metergen is a Microsoft model, and it's open source, or it's open source within limits. Let me correct that. And what it allows you to do is that on the basis of specific applications that you have, let's say you need a material that is highly resistant to heat, and it uses generative AI to be able to give you a number of options for metallurgical components that are going to result in materials that can withstand the amount of heat that you require your material to withstand. So this has been to materials and to material science what AlphaFold has been to biotechnology. And we also have the generative AI from Autodesk that would optimize designs of pretty much anything that you can think about to be able to give you better, for example, tensile strength, or to be able to give you better weight. And it's been applied so far in batteries, in solar cells, in carbon capture, in quantum computers as well, and in anything that you can imagine that relates to manufacturing. Vibe coding, it's the rage of the day. Nowadays, in fact, many people who do not have an understanding of coding are able, nevertheless, to code an application that they want to code, and it comes pretty close to reflecting whatever they want or they wanted initially, maybe after some retries. We've got user interfaces that are constructed on the fly. So instead of having a fixed user interface, you would have a user interface that is constructed on the fly in relation to what you want to achieve from a given data set. So this is breaking down the intermediate layers of software like ERP, CRM, and what have you. Today you can have just a database, a big data database, and you just query the database directly, and you can also get user interfaces generated on the fly for whatever you need. Work orchestration, which has been enabled even in terms of remote working, virtual meetings, collaborative meetings, and so on and so forth by AI. We've got agentic virtual workers. So AI agency at the moment is the rage of the day. So instead of getting an employee to do something for you, if that something is not too complex, you get an AI agent and it does it for you in any case. And we've also got a number of areas that relate to regulation. Over here in India, you might not be so much burdened as we are in Europe with regulation, but in Europe, regulation is a very big thing because it disallows you from doing this, it disallows you from doing that, and you're always trying to find your way around the different regulatory hurdles that our regulators have put in front of us. So over here, given that the regulatory burden is less, it will enable you to achieve your goals in, let's say, less time than we can, because we have to go around all the regulatory hurdles that they've put up there for us. Now, if we had to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, and if we had to think of human knowledge in terms of the tree of knowledge, and we're not only looking at the knowledge that we know about already, but the knowledge that we could potentially know of, what I've been talking about previously means that a number of branches within that knowledge tree are now open, and we are going to be discovering more branches down the line just because we have accelerated what we were working on using AI. So I expect the next 10 years to be extremely fast in terms of discoveries. And whenever you are doing fast discoveries, you also have strong social upheaval. So there's the good and there's the bad as well of it all. And when we're dealing with social upheaval, we can expect countries trying to get there before others so that they can dominate everyone else. And I think that if one looked geopolitically at what's happening between China and the USA, what we are seeing is just that, a geopolitical race where whoever gets there first, because AI is an exponential technology, is going to win the race. And that is also why both the USA and China are throwing in so much money into this technology, because they've recognized this technology as the enabler of the entire future. Obviously, we have all sorts of bad things coming from this huge acceleration of AI. We've got electricity-hungry data centers. That means that climate change is going to get worse before it gets any better. We've got cybersecurity risks, which I have already mentioned. And if we think of quantum computers coming into the fray as well and breaking the cryptography as we know it today, that's going to be an even bigger headache. And if there are people working in cybersecurity here, my advice would be start to think about quantum-proof cryptography today, not tomorrow, because there are already quantum computers that are able to break your cryptography that work today. For example, if you look at quantum annealing and the quantum annealing computers by D-Wave, you can use them to break 256-bit encryptions that are available today. So don't wait for this to hit you or to slap you in the face. Just think or start thinking about doing quantum-proof cryptography and securing your networks using quantum-proof cryptography today rather than tomorrow. And we also have deepfakes. Okay, this is a deepfake. When I saw it the first time, I was like, but is this real? And then at the end of the video, you realize that it's not. This maybe is a bit of a funny video, but when you have politicians and when you have people who are in positions of power who get deep-faked, or people who maybe just happen to be there in a deep-fake and they've been totally destroyed because their reputation has gone down the drain because of a deep-fake that seems real, that is no longer in the realm of jokes, but it becomes part of the realm of really serious repercussions. We've got virology as well, where today with AlphaFold and Rosetta, you can create very powerful viruses by taking existing viruses and giving them a gain of function. We've got improvised threats and terrorism. And we've got over-reliance on artificial intelligence and data exfiltration. People using AI on the cloud are potentially sending commercially and personally sensitive information to systems that they have no control over, which is why I am a big advocate for self-sovereign AI that you can run on your own infrastructure. So that's pretty much an overview, a very quick overview, because I could be here speaking till tomorrow if I wanted to about everything that's happening in the space, of pretty much the important aspects of artificial intelligence. And now for the last 5-10 minutes, I'm going to speak a bit about the projects that I am working on myself. So one of the projects that I am working on relates to GNSS, the Global Navigation Satellite Systems. And what we're trying to do over there is to build a backup for when you have electronic warfare systems that have been activated. One of the problems today with aeroplanes, for example, flying over the Baltic states is that they encounter Russian electronic warfare. So they've got huge antennas spoofing information that is stronger than the signals that we get from the satellites themselves. And this is confusing planes thinking that they are in Africa instead of being in the Baltic states. And one of the problems that we are trying to solve is exactly that. So we're trying to come up with a system using cameras and using the angle of light to be able to determine the geolocation of a moving vessel, whether it's an aircraft, whether it's a ship, or whether it's a submarine, if it has not gone further down than the twilight zone of the ocean, which means that there is no light, and basically you cannot use that system. Another project that we are working on is a project that relates to self-driving labs. So self-driving labs we see coming into force in about 5 years' time. And what it means is that instead of having a lot of people experimenting with different things, AI takes care of the whole innovation cycle from the beginning to the very end. So at the moment, we are at a stage where if we want to create a new material using Metergen, which I've already mentioned, what you do is that you get the composition, the metallic composition from Metergen, then you mix it and you see whether it works or not. And from the sample that works, you try to see which one is better for a function and which one is better for another. Now that last part can also be automated. And in order to be able to automate that, you would have a robotic arm or a series of robotic arms that are doing the experiments themselves, from creating the material in the first place all the way to testing that material against the criteria that you want to test it on. So that is another project that we are working on actively. Another project that we are working on relates to hallucinations in LLMs, a very huge headache for anyone working with LLMs. And what we're trying to do over there is first and foremost to take off the black box from AI, and we've been doing some interesting research over there in terms of the clustering of the neurons, and to be able to lift the lid and to see which neurons are actually firing in cluster when there is a certain prompt that goes to an LLM. We've also done work on the embedding space and the reasoning space of LLMs, and in fact, one of the biggest problems that we have when LLMs hallucinate is that they think in continuous space rather than in discrete space like humans do. So for example, if you as a human could see a bird flying, you know that it couldn't morph into an aeroplane because you know that there is a boundary of what is physically possible and what is not. And with LLMs, we do not have that boundary. LLMs think through the chain of thought and reason in continuous space. So for LLMs, it is perfectly feasible for a bird to be flying and then to turn into an aeroplane, to morph into an aeroplane, as it were. So what we've tried to do over there was to have a two-stage output reasoning space, where the first stage would give us the continuous space thinking, and the second stage would be a discrete thinking model that will tell the output of the first stage whether that is realistic in the physical world or not. Now, the third problem that is pseudo hallucinations, and which we identify as hallucinations, are not hallucinations at all. They usually come from misinformation that is out there on the internet. So when you put a prompt to an LLM and it gives you a reply, if that reply is incorrect, it is not necessarily a hallucination pertaining to the model that you are using itself, but it might be that it is accurately picking up the information that is out there on the internet and reproducing that in an authoritative way without actually knowing that that is not true. So even though this gets classified as a hallucination, for us, this is more a problem of misinformation and of data quality than of hallucinations. We are working also on projects relating to extended reality, and our first pilot was to produce extended reality learning modules on Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. So you'd be wearing a pair of glasses, you'd be looking at Excel, you'd be doing things, and you'd have an AI model supervising you and telling you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right, or maybe what you're doing right, but you could optimize because it could take you a lower number of clicks. And that is also a very interesting area of research. I'm not going to bother you anymore with all the research programs that we have undergoing. I hope to have given you a good idea of what's going on at the moment in the AI space and where we are involved in pushing the frontier models and what is actually possible to do today to build the technologies of tomorrow. And on a parting note, I would like to say this. Businesses, as much as educational institutions today, are at a crossroads. We can have either faster horses or we can have cars. Okay, now, when Henry Ford was once asked whether he was talking to people about their needs in relation to cars, his reply, which has become a little bit of a catchphrase, was that if people did not know about cars, which at the time they did not, they would not have asked for cars, but they would have asked for faster horses. And we need to make sure that in the same way, the way we are pushing the boundaries today of technology does not result in faster horses, but that it results in cars, okay? So totally new technologies that might not have a market right now, but which might have a market if that technology takes off. Now, if OpenAI, for example, in 2020 to 2022 was trying to actually solve a problem, we would not have had ChatGPT in 2022, because what they did was so foundational, so fundamental, that it could not fit into a single problem. So sometimes I get told, listen, if you want to build a great business or if you want to do great research, try to find a problem and solve that. And that works. It's proven that it works. It obviously gives you the comfort that whatever you're going to come up with is going to at least work in part because you're solving a real problem. But the real foundational breakthroughs, the real foundational innovations come from areas where you do not have an actual problem, but you might have a set of seemingly unrelated problems that you might not be able to see yourself if you are looking at it as a spectator. So don't be bound by existing problems when you are thinking of what to develop next. And on that note, I thank you very much for having borne with me throughout this presentation this morning. If you would like to connect, that's a QR code that leads to my LinkedIn profile. And I am an open networker on LinkedIn, so I'd be very happy to accept your invitations. Thank you very much, and I wish you a pleasant day. Cheers.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your knowledgeable insights on AI and the cross-cutting areas of AI in education, medicine, healthcare, brain signaling, briefing us all about semiconductors, robotics manufacturing, and the importance of AI in all the significant areas. Thank you so much, especially for the last quote. We won't win by adopting AI, but we will lose if you don't, or if you adopt it wrongly. That was a wonderful statement and an outcome of today's session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear participants and the authors, lunch is arranged at Sir MB Block, Multipurpose Hall, second floor. I request all of you to please join us for the lunch at Sir MB Block. Soon after lunch, the sessions will start in the respective venues. In case of any doubts, kindly contact Dr. Srinidhi sir. I now request all the participants to kindly join at Sir MV Block for the lunch in the multipurpose hall. All the very best to all. Have a good day.
Oh, she'll do it after lunch, no? She'll do it after lunch. I think it's better.
Now he's telling me. Oh, but that time he will not be there. Oh. That has to be telecast.
It's completely fine. Like you.
For half an hour.
I don't know, we have to speak with Professor Paramashagari. I don't know.
Ma'am, if you can just take it up, we'll sit, some of us will sit.
No, it's not a problem. It's a time of lunch. I mean, it's not a problem.
But
So
I think the online participants will be waiting for your session. So it is telecast.
Only one?
No, not one.
Later, so you prefer later after lunch? I don't think that's the
Late
point.
after lunch.
Or here, because this presentation have
Then again we have to create another one link.
example of using of AI
You have
on
some
the topic.
recordings also to show.
Yeah, it's everything.
Because setup ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ನಿನಗೆ ಅದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ
Now, welcome Ms. Rosanna Caputo, the President of Mediterranean Institute of Innovation and Communication and Technology, Malta, to present her knowledgeable sites in this session. Ma'am, over to you.
I will try to react to this PPT, and we are using
and good functionally. But there is another way or a lot of questions that we have to solve right now. And the first one is the truth, because we are living in a time where on Instagram, on social media, everything is not properly the reality, and all the reality seem like more than what is real. So the title of this speech is Engineering Trust, the human-centered approach to validate AI and blockchain frameworks is building a probable future in a green and blue economies. So I'm asking the technical to show. Like a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Voice also that. There's no video.
Premi un altro?
This is the audio? This is the audio?
Yes. No, you have not to speak me. It's a recording one.
Correct.
So you have not to speak. There is some audio that we have to learn in a modality presentation. It's automatic.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ
The audio is there, it's playing, but it's not sounding. So you just need to turn on the audio.
This is a video.
It's playing, but it needs
One
to go on speaker.
One second.
The title of this.
Alright, let me reverse it and do it again. Okay, it's okay. It was playing for some time, but it stopped.
The title of this talk, Engineering Trust, is.
You have a laptop with you?
Yeah.
It's not playing.
But I think it's okay. It's not possible to.
No, it's. Can you? Laptop.
My laptop.
You can. This is also audio, is that?
Everything.
Everything, okay.
It goes one by one.
Forse perché non va in mood presentazione?
Okay.
No?
Connect.
Connect.
Madam, where is the file? It's so bright. Can you do that bright?
beyond simply optimizing the present. We are here to define a probable future built on verifiable, transparent foundations. The world's economy is rapidly splitting into two vital spheres. The green economy, focused on land, circularity, and decarbonization, and the blue economy, focused on oceans, water, and marine resources. Both are dependent on trust to thrive. We face a profound trust deficit. The public, regulators, and investors are rightly skeptical. Claims of net zero, sustainable sourcing, and ethical practices often lack verifiable proof. This skepticism is killing the momentum of real sustainability efforts, creating a landscape rife with greenwashing. This is where technology, if applied incorrectly, can deepen the deficit. AI's efficiency is legendary, but its decisions are often opaque, a black box. The green and blue economies are structurally complex. They deal with volatile variables, weather, climate, biology, and vast, fragmented supply chains. How do we ensure a company's carbon offsetting in the Amazon rainforest is legitimate? How do we verify that the seafood on your plate was caught using sustainable quotas in the open ocean? We cannot rely on simple audits or annual reports. We need a real-time, tamper-proof, and universally accessible framework. Let's first discuss the indispensable role of artificial intelligence. AI is the engine of optimization. In the green economy, AI can dynamically manage power grids to maximize solar and wind uptake. In the blue economy, it can process satellite data to predict illegal fishing or optimize aquaculture feed ratios. AI provides the speed and scale we need, but this power comes with a significant peril: opacity. The challenge is validation. How do we trust an AI that says, "This is the most sustainable option," when we can't see why? This is the AI validation challenge. We must combat algorithmic bias, ensure data integrity, and build explainable AI, XAI components. We can't just trust the output. We must audit the data stream and the decision-making process itself. This brings us to blockchain. Forget the hype cycles of crypto for a moment. At its core, blockchain is a profound administrative technology. It is a tamper-proof, distributed ledger. If AI is the brain for optimization, blockchain is the immutable spine that records the evidence. It ensures that data, whether it's a sensor reading, an AI prediction, or a financial transaction, is time-stamped, validated, and permanently recorded. The true revolution happens in the AI blockchain synthesis. Step 1. AI analyzes real-world data, e.g., soil moisture, energy consumption. Step 2. The AI generates a recommendation or takes an action, e.g., adjust irrigation, approve a carbon offset. Step 3. Blockchain records not the result, but the fact of the recommendation, the input data set, and the outcome. This creates an auditable loop. If a claim is made, regulators and consumers can trace the claim back through the immutable record to the initial AI-validated input. This is how we move from claiming sustainability to proving it. The human-centered imperative. But even the perfect synthesis of AI and blockchain will fail without the human-centered approach. Technology doesn't build trust. People build trust. We must design these validation frameworks for the people who use them, fund them, and live by them. This means 1. Accessibility. Simple user interfaces for farmers and fishers to input and retrieve data. The technology must serve them, not complicate their lives. 2. Accountability. Mechanisms for immediate redress if an AI-validated system fails or miscalculates. 3. Ethics. Ensuring the framework protects marginalized communities and prevents the concentration of power or data ownership. Building the probable future. Let's look at a green economy use case: verifiable circular economy audits. Imagine a company claims 90% recycled content in its new product. Our framework makes this provable. AI models track material flow, predict waste generation, and optimize logistics. The blockchain records the verified origin and composition of every batch of recycled polymer, linking it to the final product's digital ID. Consumers can scan a QR code and see the validated, immutable history of the recycled content. Green is no longer a marketing term. It's a verified data point. In the blue economy, consider sustainable fisheries management. Current systems are often slow and manual. In our probable future, AI systems monitor fishing vessels, track marine protected areas, and estimate real-time biomass. When a boat leaves port, the blockchain framework is activated, assigning a dynamic, non-transferable quota. The AI's real-time catch estimations are recorded to the immutable ledger, instantly updating the remaining quota. This ensures that sustainable quotas are enforced in real time, protecting the ocean while providing certified provenance for premium sustainably caught seafood. Conclusion: trust as the competitive edge. This is more than a technological upgrade. It is an economic shift. When you can definitively prove your sustainability claims, you transform them from a regulatory burden into a competitive edge. This framework, governed by human-centered design, powered by AI optimization, and validated by blockchain's immutability, is how we fund the rapid transition to a sustainable global economy. It turns the probable future into the profitable future. Our call to action is clear. 1. Collaborate. We must move beyond proprietary systems. We need open standards for data exchange between AI models and blockchain platforms. 2. Pilot. Select a high-impact, high-trust deficit area, be it green bonds, carbon reporting, or fisheries, and build a proof-of-concept framework designed by and for its users. 3. Prioritize HCD. Make accountability and accessibility non-negotiable features from the very first line of code. The challenge of engineering trust is difficult, but the reward is the realization of a truly sustainable and regenerative global economy. Thank you. I welcome your questions.
This is exactly the synthesis of what we want to transfer to you, because every great action is based on trusting. Our job is to produce documents for support government frameworks, for help society to evolve in something more big, like have the technology like normal use. And I choose to speak regarding blockchain, not because it's the most innovative technology, but in the last 10 years it was used. So now we have a very good base for move over. The choice of like you use AI is our, but you are the future engineer in the world. You are to build the future. And the last insight that I want to give to you is not forgive, never to put trusting or validating data. Thank you. Breve e conciso.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was truly an inspiring and a wonderful, knowledgeable session. I request kindly join lunch and at the guest house, ma'am. Will kindly join.
Thank you.
I request the participants, if you have not taken the lunch yet, please have the lunch and kindly sit it back. Your sessions will not be here. As informed before, it will be going on in 5 parallel sessions in different venues If you say your session, I'll tell the venue, or if you know when